Right now, everyone's talking about AI. They're telling you the way to make your first million with AI is to build something new, a new AI app, a new agency, or some new automation. But that's why none of them will ever get to $1 million. You see, building these AI businesses is like showing up to a race, building your car from scratch and hoping that it beats everyone else. But in the meantime, there are other drivers who skipped all of that and got in a car that's already been built and won hundreds of races. Those people are building a business that's been around for hundreds of years and just using AI to make it better. That's exactly what I'm doing. I sold my first successful, boring business for $500K at just 24 years old. Then I started the same business again and made over $236K in the past 30 days with $36K in profit. See, unlike most of these YouTubers you see on here, I actually practice what I preach, and these profits are after employee costs. Now, the difference with my businesses today is I'm using AI to automate nearly all of it. Tools like buildyourstore.ai, which build me an entire store in 5 minutes. So thanks to AI, I'm confident I'll have well over $1 million in profit, if not more, by the end of the year with my stores. And today, I'm going to show you how to build the same AI business from scratch. See, when most people hear make money with AI, they picture something like building an app or an entire AI complicated system. But to do that, you have to know every new tool that comes out, spend months learning it, and then hope this new business model works. That's why the best way to make money this year is to use AI to improve what has been working for thousands of years. Over 2,000 years ago, Silk Road artisans were known across half the world, but the ones who got rich were the traders who sold the silk they made. They never made a thing. They just found people who wanted silk and connected them with the people who had it. They were middlemen, and it's one of the oldest businesses on earth, and people have made millions with it. Now with AI, you can become an even better version of that. You can become an AI middleman. The model is still the same. What's changed is how much effort you need to put in. A Silk Road middleman needed a caravan and months on the road. A few years ago, you needed a whole team of designers, marketing experts, and creators, but now you just need your laptop. And look, I know this works because I've been doing it for 10 plus years and I'm still doing it right now. I started reselling at 16. I sold my first brand for 50K at 18, sold another one for 500K at 24, and now I'm building one to sell it for 8 figures. So what I'm about to show you is what I'm doing right now. Starting with the foundations of the AI middleman model, if you and I were going on a trip to fish, which pond would you choose to go to? To the first one where we'll spend hours getting there and preparing everything only to get back with no fish? Or the one that's closer and has so many fish that we literally can't fit on the boat? You'll probably prefer the second one, but if you chose the wrong product, you could end up trying to get fish in the first pond for months. The right product already has a community of people ready to buy it. A community looking for the product that'll solve their problem. And that's the mistake that many people make when they try to get into e-commerce. So don't hunt for a product, hunt for a painkiller. A vitamin is something that people buy when they remember and they start to run out of money. But a painkiller is something people need right now. Now, usually finding a painkiller product would take weeks of research and guessing. And here's where AI starts to enhance the middleman model. The Silk Road merchants didn't even do the whole trip from Asia to Rome. To find those products, they needed a chain of middlemen to get them to different locations. But now you can find a great product to sell just by typing on Claude. So the first thing to do is to connect TrendTrack to Claude. TrendTrack is a tool that has all the data you need to get a good product. It gives you everything from the best performing ads to the best selling products right now. But we're not going to look for just the best selling products. We got to pass each product through some filters to ensure it's a painkiller product. That's why we're going to connect it to Claude and churn it into a product researcher that'll do all the work for us. So to connect it, just go to Customize on Claude, click on Connectors, and then on Add, and then add a custom connector. Give it the name TrendTrack and paste this URL into the second line. Then we're going to search for a product trending in a specific niche that solves a real problem, which is the painkiller test, and it has 3 filters that your product should pass. Is the pain specific and real? Things like back pain, not getting enough sleep, getting in shape. These are specific problems. The next one is there a community that wants it? For example, people who can't sleep could be new parents or students who live with 5 other roommates. Usually there are multiple communities looking to solve one problem. And can you sell it for a price that'll give you a 65 to 70% gross margin, which is before marketing costs? That'll help you find a great product to sell because TrendTrack turned Claude into your own researcher. And if you want to do this yourself, I spoke with the guys at TrendTrack. If you click on the link in the description below, you'll get 20% off with my coupon code. But before you commit to it, you have to make sure it passes the third filter. So once you've found your product, go into a free supplier tool like TeamDrop and search for the product. You can download a picture of the product and paste it into the search bar, so then it will do an image-based search for you. It'll give you a list of products that match the name or picture and tell you the price that the Chinese suppliers are asking for. Then just compare that product price with the price of the product that Claude found on TrendTrack. If the TeamDrop product is at least 60 to 70% cheaper, that means you can get a good percentage per sale. So that's a painkiller product you should try to sell. And once you have the product, you need to know if you actually can deliver it to your customers. So finding a good supplier is really key here. Otherwise, you're just going to have a great product idea, but not an actual way to complete the sales. And trust me, I've seen a ton of shitty suppliers in the past 10 years. I almost lost my brand's good reputation because of them. But there's one I can recommend to you, which is TeamDrop. Think of TeamDrop as your supplier that takes care of the delivery for you. You're a middleman, they ship it directly to your customer. You only pay when you get an order, so that means you never have to risk money on inventory. That's why literally anyone can succeed with this business model. And unlike most YouTubers who pitch you a supplier they don't even use, this is my actual supplier. They've shipped over 200,000 units for me over the years. And the best thing about them is they have an average delivery time of 7 to 12 days, which is really fast by the standards of this business model. So you can select the product you're going to sell and connect your TeamDrop account to your Shopify store, and then you won't have to worry about anything else. Now, if you can't find your product, just click the WhatsApp logo in the bottom right, which will give you access to your private agent, so then they can find the factories and negotiate all the prices for you. Now, signing up to TeamDrop is completely free, but if you use my link in the description below, they will give you special treatment because you came through me. Now, the way we're gonna sell it is by stealing like an artist. Let me explain. Have you heard the song "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston? It was a hit when it came out, and it's one of the most famous songs ever made. But what most people don't know is that Whitney Houston didn't make that song. Dolly Parton wrote it and sang it almost 20 years ago before Whitney did a cover on it. And it's not just that one. There are a lot of songs that you'd think are original, but they're just covers. These artists didn't invent the song. They took something that was already good, added their voice and energy, and made it bigger than the original ever was. That's stealing like an artist. You take something proven, add your voice, and make your own version of it. And this is exactly how you make ads in 2026. You want to cover an ad that's been running for weeks and making money for someone else. You don't need to be a marketing expert and invent the perfect ad. You just take an ad that's already winning, keep the proven structure, and then add your own spin or voice to it. Now, you're probably not going to find a hit ad with just one cover. You have to make multiple versions of the same ad to find the best one. But now with AI, you can make a dozen versions in just one day without a professional creator, actor, or videographer. So first, we're going to find a good ad to cover. And because Claude is already connected to TrendTrack, we can ask it to find it for us. Tell it to search for the 3 best performing ads with the product you chose that have been running for at least 15 days. This way you make sure that these ads work, because there's no brand that would be running an ad for 15 days that doesn't work. Then open up TopView AI and get the canvas feature. Here's how I create ads for my brands today. The first thing I do is build a product card. I upload my product image and a description so the AI agent always remembers exactly what I'm selling and I never have to explain it again. Then I select a skill that matches the kind of ad that I want, like a casual talking to the camera UGC ad, so the agent knows to recreate that exact format. If you use the skill on Claude, this basically works the same. It has pre-written instructions for the agent to recreate specific types of ads and videos. Then click on clone a video, drop in the winning ad we found, and I just tell it to swap the person in to match my community. So now TopView's agent will pull the original apart frame by frame and write me a full shot-by-shot plan of how it's going to recreate it. It's like you're the director of a movie, you just have to review the plan. And this is even better now because it has access to Seedance 2.5. That's the best video model for UGC videos today. It can create longer videos and you can have even more control over it. So if your ad needs a smooth one-shot video instead of multiple clips, you can create it now with just one prompt. Now, once you're happy, tell it you approve it and it'll generate the clips in a couple of minutes.
Or let's just say you want to get this as a gift for someone. That flash sale is going to make it that much more affordable. To be honest, you might want to hear it because there's also quite a lot of other people taking advantage of that flash sale. sale. Hopefully by the time you're watching this video, the store isn't sold out yet, which means it's still in stock and you still got a chance to get one for yourself.
Just look at this. It's incredible. It looks real. Either way, if you want to try Top View for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below. So now you just have to keep adding your voice to the original version and create more covers of it. You can change the first 2 sections, change locations, gender, or whatever it takes to match the person you want to buy from. You got to figure out who it is that buys your products, what do they look like, and make ads around those people. So if you find a winning ad with an old person, but the product you're selling is for young people, all you got to do is swap that avatar and change it to a young person. That's one of the strategies I use to create winning ads, by just replicating what's already working. Now, going back to people who can't sleep, if you're selling something like earplugs, you can change the person to an older man holding a child and talk about how he couldn't sleep before. Or if you want to target students, then make it a younger person in a dorm room. You can make as much variations as you want until you turn the original ad into a hit. By the way, if you want a list of the best niches or communities you can sell to, you can get my cheat sheet with the first link in the description below. And that's not all. I put together a complete pack of resources that can help you move faster, like templates, AI prompts, and documents with information that I've learned over the past 10 years. And it's completely free. I'm also building a free course that'll take anyone from zero to a successful AI middleman. And if you get the resources pack, you'll be one of the first to know when it's live. So click on the first link in the description below. All right, so the last part of building this business is the thing that changed completely thanks to AI. To build a store, or really any website, you used to need to be a designer and need to know how to code and learn Shopify's editor. That used to take someone months of trial and error to learn. Or if you didn't want to learn it, you had to pay hundreds each week for someone who could. But AI just deleted every single one of those skills. The only skill left is knowing when a store works, why it works, and how to make it better. The reason why this skill matters to this day is because the store is that last piece of turning this into $1 million business. If you put the best product in a generic store that looks cheap, people will think it's a scam. But if you put it in a store that looks premium, people will feel safe buying it. Because that's the first objection that someone has when they're buying a product online. Research from Stanford actually shows that 75% of consumers judge a company's credibility based on website design alone. So if your store doesn't look like a real brand, you're basically losing 75% of your potential sales. And a good store will not only give your buyers security, but it'll also give them a reason to pay 3 times more. Just think about a t-shirt from Walmart and a t-shirt from your favorite brand. Even if it's the same t-shirt, most people will pay more for the branded one because it feels more premium. So here's how to turn AI into your store designer and build a premium store. Now, first things first, you don't want to make things complicated, right? You'll need a foundation to start with. Shopify can be a bit complicated, especially when you're first starting out, the settings, the policies, all this crap. So instead of building your store from a blank Shopify theme and doing all the setup yourself, we're going to let AI build the entire thing for us. For this, we're going to use a free tool called Build Your Store to do it. So go to Build Your Store. It's one of the links in the description below, and click Build My Free Store. Then enter your basic info to sign up. It asks you for your email, password, etc. And it's going to ask you to pick a niche, choose your banner images, and select the type of store that you want. Then it'll prompt you to sign up for Shopify, and it gives you a free trial to start. This connects your Shopify directly to the AI tool to design it. Now, if you already have a store, it'll give you the option to connect your existing one. Then you can choose the free beginner store option, which will also preload your store with 10 products that are proven to sell. Then you just have to click Customize Store and it'll start building it. Now, once it's ready, you can go to your store inside Shopify and see that everything has been done. Now, by no means is it meant to be a perfect store. It's meant to be a foundation, but even the legal pages are done. The disclaimers, the refund policies, the terms of service, all of it. I believe that's probably the most boring thing you can do, but thankfully, we don't have to do that now. On top of that, it loads your store with 10 proven winning products right out of the gate. So if you haven't chosen a product to sell yet, you could probably start selling one of these. Now, we went from literally nothing to a full live Shopify store with products on it and every legal page written in a couple of minutes. Now, I left a link in the description below so you can start building this yourself. Look for inspiration in other stores, analyze the layout, what sections they use, and what's written. The idea is that we're not trying to be a clone of anyone, we're just taking what's already proven, making it our baseline, and then we make it better. You could do all of this page by page and section by section, or you could use AI to make all of those changes for you. Just connect Claude to Shopify. I already have a video on my channel that shows you how to set this up in under 5 minutes. Once you connect them, you can give Claude Code the URL of screenshots from your competitors' stores and have it compare them to yours. Ask it to analyze the layout, the sections, and the copy of each store. Then ask it to give you a list of 10 changes that will have the most impact on your store. Read the list it gives you, and once you agree, ask it to make the changes. Now you can go for a walk, watch some videos, or relax while Claude does everything for you. So that is the AI middleman model. You're just using AI to improve the most proven model there is. But here's the thing, I want to keep it real with you guys. There's a lot of things that I couldn't fit in this video because it would just be too long. But don't worry, I'm building a free course so anyone can become an AI middleman even if they don't know anything about business or AI. In the meantime, you can get all of my free resources and cheat sheets that I've accumulated over the past 10 years. With what you just learned and the resources inside, I'm sure that you'll be making some money this year as an AI middleman. So get my resource pack for free with the first link in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.